Hi there, thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Mari Salazar. We're following breaking news tonight. According to Lubbock Police Department, there was a stabbing near 34th and Avenue, and this is a look at the scene. Police say when they got there was a man lying on the ground and another man running away. We're not sure how serious the stab wounds are and what the man's condition is, but what we do know is that he was transported to the hospital. We'll make sure to keep you updated here on KLBK, and make sure you check our website, everythinglubbock.com, for updates on this story. Texas Tech picked up another win today. They beat TCU 81-66 this afternoon in Fort Worth. The Red Raiders are now 24-5 overall and 12-4 in the Big 12 Conference. Their last home game is on Monday versus Texas. We'll have today's game highlights with Eric later in sports. Authorities are looking for two missing Plainview people, a mother and daughter. This is 35-year-old Catherine Catano and her daughter, 2-year-old Jolene Hope Resendez. The DPS's website shows Catano was last seen leaving their home with Jolene on Monday in a white Chevrolet Traverse. If you have any information that could help find Catherine and Jolene, call DPS immediately. Women's Protective Services says violence against women is a growing problem in Texas, with 136 women dying from assault in 2018. That's why they held a self-defense class to show women what to do when they're being attacked. Our Emily Harrison went to the class, and she looks like she picked up some moves too.
Madi, the first thing that you're going to want to do is make a lot of noise if somebody's got a hold of you. But if that doesn't work, then it's your job to bring them to the ground.
Everybody should know two things. They should know how to swim and how to fight. And in West Texas, you can stay out of the water, but there's no way you can avoid violence.
Dozens of women lined up to learn how to kick, throw, and punch off an attacker. For most of the women, it was their first self-defense class, but not the first time they have felt threatened.
Some guy at a gas station tried to get into our car. It was about 4 or 5 of my friends, and we had no idea what to do at the time.
I've seen a lot of posts lately on Facebook about girls whose houses are being broken into or being followed while they're running and things like that, and that sparked me to want to know what to do.
Women's Protective Services and the Texas Karate Institute partnered up to give this free class, saying violence against women is a growing problem.
I think it was 136 women that were killed in 2018 due to domestic violence. It could be me, it could be you. I mean, we don't know. When we're walking from outside from our car to go to our car, we don't know. Somebody could be watching us while we're walking through the store and then follow us out knowing that we're by ourselves.
That's why it's so important to instructor Tom Downs that you know exactly what to do if it happens to you.
I want to help them. I want to have them walk with confidence and authority, because that is their first line of self-defense.
So Downs says to kick, fight, do whatever it takes to get away from your attacker, because assault can happen to anyone.
Sexual assault victims range from infants to 98-year-old women, and lessons in self-defense and martial arts greatly improves a woman's chance of not being assaulted. You have a right to defend your life.
Instructors say it doesn't matter how old you are. Anyone can learn these moves, and in the wrong situation, can learn how to save your own life. I'm Emily Harrison, KLBK News.
All right, thanks so much, Emily. Austin investigators say thieves have been using online information about Texas churches to pretend to be preachers. Then the crooks pretend to be ministers and call or text parishioners asking for gift cards for charity. But then they insist they can't pick up the cards, they lie, and say the buyer will be reimbursed. Attorney General Ken Paxton says churches throughout Texas have been targeted using information from their websites or online bulletins. If you think you're a victim of fraud, don't hesitate to call police. Charges were dropped against a Dallas mom after she was accused of killing her adopted daughter. J.D. Miles tells us about this case.
After more than a year in the Dallas County Jail, Seanie Matthews emerged as a free woman, flanked by her attorneys, with only one word to describe her 15 months behind bars.
Challenging.
How so? How so? Describe what this was like for you. It's important.
She's been locked up for a crime she didn't commit. I mean, what do you think?
Matthews' attorney applauded the decision by the Dallas County District Attorney's Office to drop a child endangerment charge against his client that's related to the 2017 murder of her 3-year-old daughter, Sharon.
The DA realized that they were going to have a tough time proving this case beyond a reasonable doubt.
That case was built on the accusation that Seanie Matthews and her husband Wesley left their adopted daughter home alone the night before Sharon disappeared. She was found dead 2 weeks later in a nearby culvert. Wesley Matthews has been arrested and charged with capital murder, despite his excuse that the special needs child choked on milk he forced her to drink. Matthew's attorney continues to argue that they were good parents and they are being unfairly prosecuted. Richardson police released a statement saying it's disappointed with the decision to drop the child endangerment charge Sini Matthews was facing, saying detectives conducted a thorough investigation.
I want to thank the DA's office for dismissing this case, and I'm looking forward to being reunited with my daughter.
That was the only message from Matthews as she left jail. She would not answer questions about the case. Her attorney says she will now seek to regain custody of her 5-year-old biological daughter.
All right, thanks so much, JD. Two men who police say were fighting outside of a Waco hotel have been hospitalized after an officer shot a man who was stabbing the other. It happened shortly after 9 at night at the Deluxe Inn at the corner of Sprite and 15th Street. Waco police officer Garen Bynum says the fight started at the hotel and spilled out into the streets. By the time officers arrived, Bynum says officers told the men to stop fighting, but they wouldn't. And after seeing one man was stabbing the other with a knife, an officer shot the attacker. Both men were transported to the hospital in unknown conditions, and no names of either man has been released.
You've seen within this last year, body camera footage is a big deal for us, and body camera footage for this particular incident will be a major factor into the investigation.
The first officer-involved shooting occurred Wednesday in Killeen, and another happened in Fairfield on Friday. And another deputy involved a shooting, this time in San Antonio on Friday. A man was shot several times and airlifted to a hospital on the city's far west side. Officials say the shooting happened just before 4 p.m. at the Blazing Star RV Resort. The Bexar County Sheriff says the incident first began in the parking lot of the nearby Circle K convenience store and ended behind the trees in the RV resort.
It started with a traffic stop here at Military near 1604. The suspect ran from the officer on foot, bailed out on foot, ran through a wooded area and into this RV park behind me. At the time of the foot chase, the suspect was wearing a heavy jacket, and the officer was not able to determine that if the suspect was armed at that point. Once they got to an area here in the RV park, the suspect turned on the officer and produced a shotgun from out from underneath that heavy coat.
Sheriff Salazar says the deputy is okay and an investigation continues. A Texas man sentenced to death for the 2003 murder of a Houston police officer has officially been declared innocent. Alfred Brown was convicted in 2005. Now he's a free man. The police union and the victim's wife aren't happy about it, but the DA says the move was necessary. Mia Shea has the story.
Some 16 years after Alfred Brown was arrested and charged with killing Houston police officer Charles Clark, Special Prosecutor John Raley says he's actually innocent, something Brown's attorney, Neil Mann, has worked towards for years.
He knew he was actually innocent. We knew he was actually innocent. But for the district attorney of the county to finally acknowledge that in the very strong terms that she did today is just extraordinary for him.
Brown was released from death row in 2015. He's now living in Louisiana, but the controversy over whether he is actually innocent has never waned. Today, the Houston Police Union slammed District Attorney Kim Ogg.
I am disheartened and disgusted with what has taken place today. I expect, and every citizen of Harris County should expect, Kim Ogg to look at the eyes of both of these families and explain her actions to them.
But Ogg says her office appointed a special prosecutor to get to the truth, even if the finding is not popular.
I want to tell the families of the victims that I understand their anger, their frustration. I can understand it being directed at us. That happens.
If the finding of actual innocence is signed off by a judge, it would allow Alfred Brown to apply for compensation from the state. That's something Clark's widow, who is convinced that Brown is still guilty, cannot comprehend.
She's going to allow Alfred Brown to collect money from the state for killing my husband.
And authorities in Texas have arrested a woman for allegedly keeping a man captive in Franklin County home. Police say a 59-year-old man was held inside a house for about 2 weeks by a 43-year-old woman. They say the two lived in the house together, and it reportedly started around February 14th. Investigators say she used a pistol to gain and control him, have control over the man. And they say she kept him tied up, gave him limited food and water, and physically attacked him several times. On Wednesday, he got loose and ran to a neighbor's house. He was taken to the hospital for multiple injuries, and that woman was arrested at the scene.
The victim started relaying the story to me. I kind of thought it was far-fetched, but then we started matching up what he was telling us to what we were seeing at the crime scene, and we knew that he was telling us exactly what happened. He does have superficial wounds on some of his extremities from being bound and beaten.
The woman was taken into custody on charges of aggravated kidnapping, which is a first-degree felony, and authorities say more charges will likely be filed. And Metallica made its way back to Lubbock, putting on a show at the United Supermarkets Arena tonight. This is the first time they've come back since their performance in Lubbock in 2004. The concert started at 7:30 tonight, and we have more show reminders and parking information for the concert on our website, everythinglubbock.com. And a hospice nurse in Michigan took a big extra step for a patient during a snowstorm. Coming up, we'll tell you the treacherous journey this nurse went on to help someone in need. But first, let's check in with meteorologist Kellyanne Class for a look outside tonight.
All of you are heading out tonight. If you haven't headed out yet, bundle up. It is a chilly one. Today was also a chilly one with temperatures into the 40s, but we're going to get colder than that. All the details coming up.